Okay, in our next example here of sequences to infinity, and it talks about convergence. Now, for convergence, we need a sequence where the ratio is a fraction. Well, a proper fraction, because any rational number can be written as a fraction, of course, but it's kind of just think, it must be a fraction, a half, a quarter, 2/3. So for r to be a fraction, r is going to have to be less than 1. As I said, 2/3, a half, a quarter. But it could also be a negative fraction. So as long as r is between -1 and 1, then we're good to go. Okay, so let's have a look here and see what r is. Well, our first term is 1 minus 2x. The rest are all fractions, so I'm going to write that as a fraction. And the second term is 1 minus 2x squared over 3. So for our ratio, we just need to see what are we multiplying by to get from the first to the second term, or the second to the third term. And doing it this way, I'm going to start with the denominator. 1 times 3 is 3, so the denominator of our r is 3. And for our numerator, what it looks like, we'll have to multiply 1 minus 2x by itself to get the next term. So our ratio is 1 minus 2x over 3. Now we said the ratio needs to be between -1 and 1. So I'm going to change this and say, wait a second, our ratio, 1 minus 2x over 3, must be between -1 and 1. And now we just need to solve this inequality. So let's see if we can move these things. Sometimes it works nicer, better than other times. Okay, that's there, but out the way. And that one we can move over there. Beautiful. So let's solve our inequality here. Now, as always, pause the video. You got what you needed out of it. Solve it and move on. Or watch till the end. And I'm going to multiply through by 3. 1 minus 2x less than 3. I'm going to subtract 1 from everywhere. Minus 4 minus 2x and 2. And from there, well, let's see. We need to divide through by -2. So that's 2. That gives us x. Divided by -2 is 1. But because it's an inequality, and I've got that wrong, that should be -1, of course. Thank you. And we've divided by -2, so it can't be that x is greater than 2 and less than -1. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Or we just remembered, oh, wait a second, these things flip around. Now, I like to just write it kind of in order. It feels a bit strange to have it in that above order. So x is between -1 and 2. Remembering that x is probably any real number, so you could also have written it in this way. X is an element of -1 up to 2. There we go. We found all the values of x for which it will converge. See you in the next one.